Who was the real Black Mafia family? A story of cruelty, cocaine, and crime. The Black Mafia. BMF. Not to be confused with the Philadelphia Black Mafia family or PBM. The Muslim crime syndicate that ruled the streets of Philly from the 1950s till the end of the 1970s. No. This Black Mafia ruled the streets of Detroit and Atlanta from the 80s till the end of their reign in the early 2000s. It's been almost 1 year since season 1 of 50 Cent's Stars series Black Mafia Family came to a conclusion, and, now, there is some good news for fans of the crime drama. Season 2 of is coming to screens in January 2023, and, in the meantime, fans of the show will get greater insight into the world of the Black Mafia family, BMF, and its cruelty, cocaine dealing and crime through Stars' documentary series The BMF Documentary, Blowing Money Fast. As he did with BMF, 50 Cent serves as executive producer for the documentary. The 8-episode series, which will air Sunday nights on Stars, depicts the BMF's operations, murders and more. So, who was the real BMF? Charles Arnis' world has everything you need to know. Who was the real Black Mafia family? The BMF was the name of a drug trafficking and money laundering organization, led by brothers Demetrius and Terry Flannery. Founded in 1985 in Detroit's southwest neighborhood by Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and Terry Southwest Flannery, the BMF had, at its height, over 500 members across the U.S., and made over $270 million between 1989 and 2005. By 2000, the Flannery brothers had established a cocaine distribution network via their Los Angeles-based drug sources and their links to Mexican drug cartels. According to Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, documents, Demetrius was based in Atlanta, handling distribution, and Terry was located in Los Angeles handling incoming shipments from Mexico. Demetrius also launched BMF Entertainment, a hip-hop music business that served as a front to the brothers' money laundering as well as an additional source of income. However, BMF Entertainment was hugely successful, promoting and associating with notable hip-hop artists, including Diddy, T.I., Jay-Z and Young Jeezy. BMF arrests. By the early 2000s, the Flannery brothers' relationship had become strained, and they were barely on speaking terms. At the same time, the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force began an investigation with the help of the DEA's Special Operations Division into the Flannery brothers. It was codenamed Operation Motor City Mafia. The task force began with seizing large quantities of drugs and relying on information from BMF members, in particular low-level dealers and high-level distributors. In October 2005, the DEA carried out a huge drug raid, arresting 30 members of the BMF. During the raid, $2 million in cash and assets, such as weapons and 2.5 kilograms of cocaine, were seized. Operation Motor City Mafia also seized $21 million worth of assets, including cash, jewelry, 13 homes in Metro Detroit, Georgia and Los Angeles, and 36 vehicles. It had also wiretapped Terry's phone, where it heard him raise concerns about Demetrius' excessive partying, and the damage it was doing the business. When the Flannery brothers were indicted in 2005, the government had 900 pages of wiretapped conversation transcripts from Terry's phone alone over 5 months. The brothers were charged under the Continuing Criminal Enterprise Statute, conspiracy to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine, possession with intent to distribute more than 500 grams of cocaine, conspiracy to launder monetary instruments, and 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute more than 5 kilograms of cocaine. In 2006, the Treasury Department reported that 16 others had been charged with conspiracy to distribute cocaine and with money laundering, bringing the total number of accused in the BMF to 49. By 2009, this number was 150. In November 2007, The brothers pleaded guilty to running a continuing criminal enterprise involving the large-scale distribution of cocaine throughout the United States from 1990 through 2005. According to court documents, they were sentenced to 30 years in prison for being leaders of the BMF criminal enterprise. Following sentencing, Special Agent in charge Robert Corso stated, "The BMF was a violent, sophisticated drug smuggling and money laundering organization that began right here in Detroit, Michigan." Terry and Demetrius Flannery expanded what was a small, local operation into a multi-state, multi-million-dollar criminal enterprise with direct links to Mexican-based drug trafficking cartels. Today's sentencings demonstrate that no matter how large the operation, or how much money a drug trafficker makes illegally, eventually the law and justice will catch up. This community and communities across the United States are safer with the brothers Flannery behind bars. This investigation is a shining example of the tireless efforts and exemplary cooperation between men and women of DA and our federal, state, and local counterparts across the United States. Where are the Black Mafia family now? Today, Demetrius is serving his prison sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution, Sheridan. He is scheduled for release in May 2028. Terry was released to home confinement on May 5, 2020, after being granted compassionate relief for ill health. His release was also a result of the Federal Bureau of Prisons' move to limit the spread of COVID-19 within prisons. The BMF documentary, Blowing Money Fast, airs Sundays on Stars.
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arnis World. Thanks for watching.
Substance abuse was unchecked. "I was a young man completely out of control," he said. One night in mid-November 1989, he was filming a pair of videos in East Los Angeles, Beautiful but Deadly and The Formula. In the latter, Easy and Dre hold rapper tryouts with wannabes with names like MC Mallet and New Kids in the Hood. But Dre isn't satisfied until, in a haze, he imagines crafting his perfect rapper in the lab, DOC. Filming two videos at the same time was a long, arduous process. DOC drank and smoked weed practically all day, running on fumes that night when he finally got into his car to make the long drive to his Agoura Hills home, westbound on the 101. He fell asleep, and his car spun out, throwing him through the back window. His car collided with a tree. Once the medics arrived, they couldn't sedate him because they didn't know what drugs he had in his system, he said. Still intoxicated, he fought back as they tried to insert a breathing tube, scarring his larynx. DOC was taken to Kaiser Hospital and then Cedars-Sinai. His hospital bills came to more than $60,000, Jerry Heller wrote, which Easy paid for out of his own pocket. DOC would make a full recovery, but for one very serious problem.
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arnis World. Thanks for watching.